Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. The first week of the Six Nations is officially done. There were some huge individual performances, and in this video we're going to be going over our Six Nations team of the week. Now, a team is 23 players, so I'm going to be going from number 1 to 23. There will be maybe some guys like a left wing that's put on the right wing just to accommodate for both really good players that played on the wing, same as the locks. But let's get right into it. For me, at number 1 in my team of the week, Danilo Fischetti. The Italian prop had a phenomenal game this week against Scotland. He dominated at set piece time. He dominated in open play. His work around the park has gotten so much better, and he's just really ticking all the boxes of what makes a good prop in international rugby. And I mean, back in the day, I used to think, okay, he's pretty good as a stock standard prop, but now he's playing so much above that level. And the things he can do around the park now, he's a really mobile guy. And I think the time he spent with Northampton Saints right now has really molded him into a better player. And I think both him, Northampton, and Italy are all paying off. At number 2, I've gone for Jamie George. I thought this was a really impressive performance from Jamie George. A very solid performance. Plenty of line-out wins. He was solid on the mark at line-out time. He was good at the scrums. He did really well around the park, getting his hands on the ball often. His clean-outs were solid. He just does that nitty-gritty work as well, and he was really good as a captain for England in the first half. So, for me, Jamie George, a no-brainer to have in the team. The next prop I've gone for is Joe Hayes. Now, this is one I wouldn't have expected before the tournament to have in my team of the week, but he really impressed me. Joe Hayes really impressed me. I mean, the work this guy gets through is insane, and he's one of those glue guys in your team that you might not mention him much in the game, but afterwards you'll be like, yeah, this guy had a phenomenal performance, and we really need him in the team. So I think a guy like Joe Hayes, Alex Coles, Fraser Dingwall, those are guys, really glue guys that just keep the team together, and they just do their job so well. And I think Joe Hayes didn't just do his job, he performed way above his job. His scrums were solid, he was really good around the park. So Joe Hayes is my team of the week. At number 4, Ollie Chesham. Ollie Chesham had such a good game. He was phenomenal this week with ball in hand. He's become such a threat with ball in hand as an attacking player, and at line-out time he's just become an absolute magician. So now Ollie Chesham's really gone up there in my standings for locks in the World Rugby right now. I mean, I already made a power ranking for Lock, but I think even after that one game, he can go up. But he's still got a long way to go in the Six Nations. A tough game next week against Scotland. It's going to be very interesting to see how England's pack goes up against Scotland's pack and vice versa. I know Scotland are going to really try bounce back, but this England pack is no joke, and Ollie Chesham's really leading the charge from the front. Now, on to number 5. I've gone for the French flair, Mikel Gallard. This guy is absolutely phenomenal. This is the first time I've ever heard of him. Like, I've seen him around, I've seen him play. This is the first time I've actually paid attention to him, and he stole the show. My man of the match for France, and he was just all over. I think he made 15 carries or something like that within the first half, or some crazy stat. He was just absolutely phenomenal. A try assist, silky hands. He normally plays 8th man for Lyon apparently, so having two locks that are normally loose forwards for France is just a bit of a cheat code. I mean, he was solid like a lock. He played really well in the tight contesting game. He was very physical. He dominated Ireland over the advantage line. He has silky skills. So he's an easy number 1 pick on this list for me. And to be honest, he probably is my player of the week in the forward. So for me, Mikel Gallard, the player of the week in the forwards. Number 6, I've gone for a guy who put in a very, very solid performance. A guy who's a really glue guy as well. And I don't think he'll be starting every single game in the Six Nations. But I mean, after 2027, this guy is going to get 50 caps, maybe even 100 one day if he carries on this way. Guy Pepper is such a solid player. He gets the hard work done. And when there's a chase for the ball and they go up and contest for the ball, the high ball, he's the perfect guy to have there in amidst the chaos, because he just somehow cleans it all up. He's good over the ball. He's got insane tackle technique. He's dominant over the advantage line. He's a really good player that England have brought into the squad now, and he fits the mold of their loose forwards and their forward pack perfectly. And number 7, I've gone for a guy that I won't name names, but one of the websites said that this guy had a bad game. And I was saying to myself, I was looking at him the whole time, and I was really impressed with this output and performance. Manuel Zuliani for me was a no-brainer on this list. He made 19 tackles. He was all over the park. And he was one of the main catalysts in their win over Scotland. I think he absolutely dominated Scotland at the advantage line, both on attack and defense. He was putting in huge shots. He was slowing down the Scotland ball, making their life living hell at the rucks. And he's the reason why Scotland really had a lot of slow ball. I don't even want to know how many rucks this guy hit, but he had an absolutely phenomenal game. So Manuel Zuliani at number 7 for me. Italian guys played so well. Number 8, I've gone for Ben Earl. This guy's just picked up where he left off. He is so good. He is one of the most underrated 8 men in the world right now. As a number 8, he is so underrated, and I think he just brings that perfect balance of power, skill, technique, just what he does when you're not watching him as well. This guy's so phenomenal. He's so skillful. He's got such a high work ethic, and he's one of those guys as a coach. You don't have to coach him too much. He knows what he's doing, and he does the uncoachable things very well, like chasing, getting stuck in, and making life living hell for the other team. So Ben Earl as well as Manuel Ziliani played phenomenal, and I think that Guy Pepper, Sam Underhill, Ben Earl combination, the loose trio, is absolutely phenomenal and works together really well. If you add Tom Curry in there as well, they're probably right now, in my opinion, the second, maybe third, they're top 3 in the world right now for a loose trio. So it's really, they're looking really good. Number 9, I've gone for Antoine Dupont. I thought he played a good game. Obviously, he didn't do his magic too much. He let the other guys do it, but there was other ways he really impacted the game. His kicking game was good off both feet. He kicks the ball very far. His contestables were really accurate. I thought his timing of his passes and the conditions were really good. He put other guys in good positions. So for me, Antoine Dupont was the best 9 of the weekend. I don't think a lot of other 9s played very well. So I think some of the conditions in some of the games were appalling, but Antoine Dupont played really well with what he was given. Number 10, and for me, my backline player of the week, George Ford. This guy is absolutely phenomenal. His skill set with the boots, with out of hand, is phenomenal. I mean, those cross kicks he can give are so accurate, and he does it for fun nowadays. Drop kicks, another skill set he has, phenomenal. And his kick for poles, he was really accurate. The first one I was a bit like, whoa, he didn't strike that one very well. But after that, he was solid off the tee, and he had a very good game. And his attacking ability, his ability to play the right option on attack, has become so good. He always picks the right option. And I think the way England attack right now, with having so many options outside the inside and outside shoulder of the attacking players, like a 10 or a 12, really makes his life a lot easier. And he's a guy that's just really grown as a player over the last few years. I almost thought maybe it's time for him to hang it up from international rugby, but he's just got a new breath of fresh air, and he just looks like a new player on the block. He looks absolutely skillful and ready to go, and he's going to be a really important player for England going into the 2027 World Cup. Number 11, I've gone for Louis Bielbarré. I mean, this guy's phenomenal. He makes meters for fun. He was skinning the Irish outside backs. He was just doing things for fun. And he is probably the best finisher right now in World Rugby. And in my opinion, as a South African fan, he's the best wing right now in World Rugby. He is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm really looking forward to see how he progresses throughout the year. Because, I mean, he's just getting more confidence and more confidence. And he's a good guy. He just looks like a guy that the whole team loves him. He's got a good attitude towards the game. I've said it before in a previous video. He reminds me a lot of Brian Abana. And, I mean, he's probably going to pass that record one day. He is just phenomenal. Number 12, Tommaso Menoncello. This guy just knows how to play rugby. This guy is the epitome of a world-class rugby player. He and Ignacio Brex are going to be one of the core reasons and the spine of this Italian team, taking them forward to be successful. I really think that is not the last win for Italy in the Six Nations, and guys like Tommaso Menoncello are the reason why. He scored a good try. He was solid. He always gets over the advantage line. He always puts in dominant tackles. He's just been one of those really good players for Italy recently, and I think having those two as the spine in the back line, I mean, Italy's really got really good centres right now. So I think Italy's on the right path, and I'm really excited to see how they can go going forward. Number 13, I've gone for Tommy Freeman. I was a bit skeptical about how he would do at number 13, but he passed. He checked every single box for me. I think there's still a few boxes to check against bigger teams like maybe a Scotland, a Ireland, or a France, but he looked very solid. He looked very comfortable outside Fraser Dingwall, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens when Ollie Lawrence is back healthy. Are they going to put Ollie Lawrence at 12 with Freeman at 13? If you're going for the better players, that's probably what you'll do. But I mean, Fraser Dingwall had a really good game, and he made Tommy Freeman's life a lot easier. And I think Tommy Freeman at 13 just suits that jersey right now. If you have a Feo Waboso outside him and a Henry Arundel outside him as well, that's 3 speedsters right there. The outside channel is always going to be a dangerous place. And I think as a defensive team, you don't want to be defending against that. So he was really good. I thought his running lines were very, very, very good. He chose the right line every time. And I think his IQ is getting a bit better. He had one bad pass, but he'll learn from that and he'll get better. Number 14, I've gone for Henry Arundel. A hat-trick. I wouldn't even say he played his best game or he had the biggest impact ever, but he still scored a hat-trick. That just shows how world-class he is. Phenomenal player. It's so good to have him back from France, playing in England now. He's the one I've really been watching for a while now, and I was really waiting for him to come back because he deserves to be in that England jersey. And I think with a game like this, he's just shown everyone that he is one of the best finishers in World Rugby. So I'd love to see him play more games for England now, just get a bit more comfortable and composed in that jersey, and I think he's going to do a lot of good things going forward. Number 15, the magician from France, Thomas Ramos. This guy is absolutely incredible. This guy does football skills on a weekly basis, and he does it for fun. So at first, I thought it was a fluke. Now he just does it for fun. He's proved it's not a fluke. I do think he sliced that ball a bit to Louis Belberry, but he had the right idea, putting the ball into space and letting his speedsters go and score. This guy's phenomenal. One of the best kickers in the world for poles. Probably is the best kicker in the world for poles right now. So I mean, a guy like him, he might be in the team every week going forward. I don't really see someone else that can match him right now if he plays like that. Number 16, I've gone for Julien Marchand. I thought he was really solid for France. The whole pack from France was quite dominant, and I'm just rewarding those guys. He played really well. Lineouts were solid, good around the park. I think he's the right guy to start for France right now with Piato Mavaka coming off the bench. Then at number 17 and number 18, I've gone for the two other starting props for France, Jean-Baptiste Gros and Dorian Aldegheri. I mean, France had a very solid foundation at scrum time. It allowed them to score a very good try with Mathieu Jalibert on the blind side. They dominated the set piece. The props were really good around the park, and I think they absolutely easily outplayed the other props from Ireland on the day. So Jean-Baptiste Gros and Dorian Aldegheri. Number 19, another Italian player. I've gone for Niccolò Cannone. 26 tackles. This guy was everywhere, and he was playing with so much passion for Italy. And I think him and his brother have really come on leaps and bounds recently. So that's why at number 21, I've gone for Lorenzo Cannone, his brother as well, but we'll get there. So Niccolò Cannone, a very good game at number 19. I've got him down here. He deserves to be in the team of the week. And I think if he can play like that every week, next week he'll be in the starting lineup in the team of the week. Number 20, I've gone for Nick Timoney, one of the only Irish players. I think he could be the only Irish player here. I think he is. He was the one bright spark for Ireland. I don't think he should start next week though, because if your bench is performing well like that and they're comfortable together as a unit, rather keep those guys together and get that exact same benefit from putting the bench on together going forward. Rather let the starting lineup fix their problems, because I think that's a problem that can be fixed internally within the squad and how they pitch up to the game. I think the forwards didn't pitch up for Ireland, but he's the one that did. When he came on, he completely changed the game. He was just so aggressive. He ran with intensity. He played so much better than all the other forwards. They might reward him at the start, and I'll be happy for him, but I think his spot on the bench right now is actually a very important spot for Ireland to end the games off strong, especially if they can get a good start. Number 21, I've gone for Lorenzo Cannone. Another guy that really impressed me, and I think those two have come a long way, especially with their skill sets. I'd say maybe a year or two ago, a year and a half ago, I would have said they may be lacking something to do with their skills that can get them on the level to be in a team like this for a team of the week, or to be at the same level as the other forwards. They were just physical. They would just rely on one facet of their game. But now they've really grown as players. Their skills, their soft hands, they're so much better as ball players now. They get around the park. Their IQ's better when it comes to more defense, for defense in general. And they just look like better players and better tier 1 players as well. So Lorenzo Cannone, 21 on this team. Number 22, I've gone for the Italian scrum half, Alessandro Fusco. Now, I was going to put Alex Mitchell, but I don't think anybody really had an outstanding game. I think Alex Mitchell had a very good game with what he was given. He was quick off the base, but I think in the conditions, Alessandro Fusco played really well. And he was actually directly a part of 2 tries because of how incredibly good his box kicks were. He is such an accurate box kicker, and I think he was getting like 4.5, 5 seconds on some of those box kicks hang time in those conditions with it being so heavy underfoot. So I was very surprised by him. I do think when Stephen Varney comes back, he'll start and he will move to the bench, but I think he played his way into the team going forward, and I was really impressed with him. Number 23, I've gone for Mathieu Jalibert, one of the best players in the world, one of my favorite players in the world. He deserves to be in this team. To be honest, before the England game, he was 100% my 10 and for the team of the week, but I think George Ford just did some really special stuff. But I mean, Mathieu Jalibert is such a threat all over the park, and he's such a good player, and I'm really interested to see how him and Antoine Dupont can build a combination, because I know Anthony Jalonge at 8 with Antoine Dupont have been playing together since they were kids, so they already are a good combination, but having an 8, 9, 10 combination which really knows each other well is very important. And I think having Jalibert with Yoram Mofana and Depote outside of him was a really good choice. I think they played really well together, and I think Mathieu Jalibert is going to do a lot more highlights this year. He's going to have a lot more highlights, a lot more tries. So yeah, guys, that's my 23 for the team of the week. Let me know if you guys agree. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know your team of the week. I want to hear all of it. Yeah, massive week of rugby ahead. Massive week just passed. Let me guys know your thoughts. I'll be doing who I think each team should pick for the next week's game coming up probably tomorrow. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for all the support, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.